Taurus, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just see what is happening in your world. What's influencing you? What do you need to focus on? And your past? Your strength? Your near future? What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? Hopes or fears? And your potential outcome here? Okay. We're going to talk about that one. So looking here at bottom of the deck, I am getting the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands, it's forward movement. It's open communication. So I'm getting a lot of green light energy where you might feel inspired and encouraged in some way, where it's people supporting you, your guides. I'm getting a lot of support around you to go after exactly what you want here with that Eight of Wands. And so when I look at your current energy, I'm getting the Ten of Cups. So a lot of happiness here. Love this. It's a marriage card, but it doesn't have to necessarily be marriage if that's not what you're interested in, or maybe not in that type of relationship. This is really focusing on your long-term happiness. What exactly do you want? Because what I'm getting here with the Jupiter energy, so the Wheel of Fortune, is influencing the Ten of Cups. So with this card, I'm getting a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, positive turn of events, things going in your favor. I love the combination of these two because it feels like, I don't want to say smooth sailing, but pretty close to it. But you might still encounter obstacles, and we'll talk about that along the way. But I'm getting this kind of renewed sense of purpose, this divine inspiration to just keep going, keep growing and expanding. I love that combination. And so when I look at what you need to focus on, I had two kings that dropped out, and the two kings are swords and cups. This is head and heart alignment. Stay in your balanced energy. No matter what happens here, you might be tempted, or there might be something that shows up along the way. And so just kind of staying in that balanced energy. It's, if you need to, taking a step back from a situation, kind of ground yourself for a moment and then re-engage in whatever the situation is. Because there is, it's being called out here for a reason. We'll see what comes up when I clarify. Temperance, Sagittarius energy showing up here in the past. And so this is also about growth and expansion, but coming at it from a very balanced perspective. And so this Jupiter energy, the Wheel of Fortune, is the ruler of Sagittarius. And so everything really does seem to be lining up. You started with emotional balance in the past. So whatever led to the actions that you took, decisions that you made, all that put you in this really positive energy now, it's because you were acting from a balanced place, not a wounded place. Showing up here in your strength position is the Page of Wands. And so now the Page of Wands is, I'm getting a lot of growth out of this one. And so your strength is moving forward. It's that Eight of Wands really showing up just in a slightly different way. This here is that young, youthful energy, not overthinking a situation, recognizing that if it feels like it's right for you, then it is. And it feels like acting from a place of balance. What you're being encouraged to focus on with the King of Swords and the King of Cups is really how you're making these choices on what action that you're taking. Showing up here in the near future, we do have the World. And so the World is completion. There's something here where you're done, you're ready to move on, you've learned all the lessons, there's nothing left for you in this cycle. And so it really is a kind of that new opportunity. It's the Wheel of Fortune, the divine timing of all of this. It feels like it's creating growth opportunities, and it's allowing you to leave something behind here. And so when I look at how the universe is shaping the situation, I am getting the Three of Wands with the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords, it's a very inquisitive energy. So asking a lot of questions, getting into the details, really getting into all of the reasons why things are happening. I am getting here with the Three of Wands. Patience is necessary, but it feels like this is all the work that you've been doing. Closing out the cycle, completing the cycle altogether, feels like it was part of your journey. Page of Swords, this is connected to the lessons that you learned or anything that you gained out of that last cycle. It feels like you're kind of taking all this information in. I'm really getting more Knight of Pentacles energy out of this, where you're just absorbing all of the information, processing for maybe a later time. You might even just be cataloging it all right now. And it's when it's needed, it'll come to the surface. Showing up here in your hopes or fears, I'm getting the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is forward movement. It's you taking some sort of action. It's inspired action. It's the Eight of Wands. It's the Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. I'm getting very similar energy with these. So the action that you want to take feels like the action that you are taking. You're being really encouraged by the universe to take whatever action it is that you feel inspired to take. And then showing up here in the outcome energy, I do have the Devil. And so we'll tap into this in more detail, but it feels like when the Devil presents itself, because there's like an old system or an old belief system that is coming to the surface here. And you might feel tempted to fall back into this old pattern, but that cycle is actually closed here with the World. And so this is where I'm getting, be in that balanced place, allow your head and your heart to be in alignment so that you're able to kind of fight off the Devil energy, not get sucked back into something that you already closed out of. So let's get more details here. So tell me about the Ten of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. Strength card, Leo energy. It's taking a lot of strength to just go after what you want. Absolutely. But I actually feel like that you've been doing this and it feels like the strength is building. The more that you see all of this positive energy, the more inspired and motivated you are to go after it. This is Leo energy. And so Leo can be very bold and dynamic. And so this may have been a result of you just kind of saying, you know what, I'm ready. I'm not going to let anything hold me back anymore. I'm just ready to move forward. Tell me about the King of Swords and the King of Cups here. Six of Cups, a card of nostalgia. So there's something from the past showing up. It's that Devil energy, but don't confuse past happy memories with past patterns. So, okay, the way that the energy is coming through. So past happy memories, of course, you would want to be in that very happy energy again. And so you're going to look for opportunities to have happiness again. And so when it shows up here on the path, it's this Six of Cups with the Devil energy. The way that it's presenting itself is not exactly a replica of the past. It's reminiscent of the past energy, but what it actually is trying to get you to do is to fall back into an old pattern. But the pattern itself was unhealthy. It was toxic. There may have been good memories around it, but that doesn't mean overall it was in your favor. And so I'm going to equate it this way. So think of like an old relationship, something maybe early on in your dating when you're kind of getting all that toxicity out of you and you're dating people and just a lot of unhealthy things come to the surface right away. So imagine that relationship. Now with age and experience, you can look upon the past with just fondness and say, you know what, that was my first love. That was my first relationship. And while we had a lot of positive moments, there was a lot of toxicity at the same time. And it's not a relationship that I would bring into my life today. That's how I'm getting the Six of Cups with the Devil energy. So just be mindful of when the Devil presents itself, because it's going to mask itself in happiness. It's going to look a lot like the past, and being able to bring that in. And because you're in this kind of euphoric stage right now where everything seems to be going positive, everything seems to be going right, you may feel tempted, but really look beneath the surface here. Dig into this Page of Swords energy, call up some of the information that you've learned and identify that Devil so that you don't allow yourself to fall back into that cycle. Tell me about Temperance. Okay, we're going to get two cards. Four of Swords and the Moon. So the Four of Swords is a healing energy. It's taking a step back from a situation so that you give yourself the ability to rest, recover. And I'm getting the Moon with it, which is a lot of, I'm getting internal reflection. This is your emotions. And so you might have been going into all of the dark places, really looking deep within yourself, identifying, okay, well, what is keeping me out of alignment? What is it that I need to work on here? And it feels like whatever came to the surface during that exploration, that's what you've been healing here. And that's what allows you to really focus on the positive and keep moving in that direction, but also close out the cycle of the past. Tell me about the Page of Wands. Ace of Cups. So going after exactly what you want. I love this energy. You do feel very inspired and motivated, but this is a lot of new beginning energy. You're going after, it says Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Page of Wands. I'm just getting the sense that you're just ready to move on, ready to move forward, embrace this new beginning energy. Tell me about the World. High Priestess. So this is a very intuitive energy. It's trusting your instincts, relying on yourself for all the answers. So when it comes to closing out a cycle, you're kind of listening to all of the signs around you, including those coming from within your body. And so this is giving you the freedom to really let go of something here in the past because you've done the work, you've done the healing. You're in a really good place. You're in a very balanced place. And so this is saying, okay, you're ready to let it go. You're ready to release it. Tell me about the Page of Swords. Ten of Cups. So a lot of what you learned around last cycle, any past cycle really, there's two things. One, what you want, and the other, what you don't want. And so I'm getting the sense here with that Page of Swords that you were really getting deep into the details. It's connected to this healing process that you went through. You really started identifying, okay, well, this is what I want long term. This is what's going to make me happy in general. And I want to move in that direction. And so it's all learnings, but it's all the work that you're putting into it. So the more that you focus on yourself and your healing process, the more clear your vision for your future becomes. With the Three of Wands here, I'm getting the Death card. So Scorpio energy, this is change and transformation. And so what's changing here is you. You're growing, you're expanding, you're leaning into the positive, you're letting go of old cycles, old patterns, anything that is holding you back. I love this. It's a rebirth that's coming through. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Magician. So the Magician is about manifesting goals and dreams. And so that's exactly what you want to do here. But the manifestation is kind of all the preparation, all the work that you put into it. The Ace of Wands, it feels like, okay, I've planned for this. I've done all of the maybe behind the scenes internal work that I need to do. Now I need to actually put myself out there. And it feels like that's what you're ready to do. And that's what you want to do. And I'm actually getting the sense that this is happening this month. I'm actually drawn to, I don't know how clear it's going to be, but above the Magician's head is the infinity symbol. And so that is, I mean, that's coming through as that August 8th portal that we're still in. We're still in that energy here for a few days, really for the next week. But this feels like Lionsgate. It's a lot of focusing on what matters, things coming into being. I love that energy. So let's get the Devil here in the outcome. Ace of Swords. I love this. You have a lot of aces that are showing up along with the world. You're closing out a cycle, embracing a new one. And so with the Devil energy, that sword is saying, okay, nope, I'm not interested. I can see you very clearly. The mask that you're wearing, I can see right through it. I can see what's hiding beneath the surface, and I'm not falling for it. I may have in the past, doesn't matter. I'm not falling for it again. I've closed out that cycle. I love that energy. So Taurus, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.